Now, protests outside the U.S. Supreme Court as justices hear a landmark case about a Tennessee law that bans transgender care for minors. Jaxie Pigeon has been listening to the arguments this morning. She's here now with an update.
Well, we're now 2.5 hours into the hearing, and there's certainly been a lot of questions posed by the justices so far, the majority of which were for U.S. Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogar. The measure at the center of the case is Tennessee's Senate Bill 1, which made it illegal to provide medical care to transgender people under 18. It was initially put on hold by a U.S. District Court judge, but was able to take effect on July 8th of 2023 after the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals overturned the lower court's ruling. The question for the High Court is whether the state law violates the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, which requires the government to treat people in similar circumstances the same. One thing Justice Brett Kavanaugh asked Prelogar this morning was, if the Constitution doesn't take sides and there are strong policy arguments on both sides of a situation like this, why isn't it best to leave it to the democratic process? Here's how she responded.
Look at how this law actually operates. What it is doing is denying individual plaintiffs the ability to access medications on the basis of their sex. And that doesn't mean that the states are disabled from taking into account the actual biological differences between males and females, but that has to be channeled to the heightened scrutiny stage. And I think that there would be a real danger in this court saying, looking ahead essentially and saying, we think there might be benign justification, or we think that states should have some flexibility in this regard to overlook the facial sex classification in the statute.
The justice's ruling on this case is expected to take several months.